Fear of Ridicule can steal all your opponent's creatures. The problem is you need to connect with an enchantment creature, and enchantment creatures aren't very good. But you don't need a good creature, you just need to hit. Throw in some good interaction to defend it, and you'll have a chain reaction that steals all their creatures. Deck list is down in the description. Let's get in some games. All right, on the draw, we got Fatal Push, Strategic Betrayal. We'll see if that's relevant. Some games, it's the most valuable thing. Other times, it's not so great. Anyways, Fear of Ridicule is interesting. Yeah, I'm totally about this. So, our opponent is on Voice of the Blessed. Bless this. Now, I'm interested. Never mind. I don't have blue mana. I don't have blue mana. I can't work with this. When do we get our Fear of Ridicule down? That's where I'm working with here. Now, we don't have any engines right now. Righteous Valkyrie. That's a lot of life. My opponent needs to stop going, that's a lot of life for me right now. Let's wipe this one out too, I guess. Drawing all the blue spells, and we have not drawn a single land. All right, whatever. Dude! Low roll! Low roll! Low roll! Low roll! All right, we find it. Okay, so. Silent Hallcreeper. Yeah, we are where we are. Low roll! Low roll! Just a Soul Warden. Dude, come on! All right, well, at least we'll get some angels to throw in front. I don't know. My opponent needs to low roll. And, it's been pretty relevant. What are you doing? What are you doing, dude? I can knock out the Lunarch Veteran. That's a terrible idea. Let's just do this. Momentum Breaker is real good, but it's going to hit a Lunarch Veteran, which is a problem. All right. So this is how we're going to do this. We're going to get a creature. And we're also going to become a copy of Fear of Ridicule. Now Soul Warden will hopefully keep us alive a little longer if they high roll some more. Yeah, we need a land mostly at this point. So untapped land gives us Momentum Breaker plus Estrid's Invocation, which will help, to say the least. But our creature is going to get very large now. Yeah. So not doing well for us. Untapped land game. Untapped land. You have one job to do. All right. So this is how we're going to do this. Estrid's Invocation. We need to flip this script now. Everybody in the pool. Yes, that's fine. Yep. Dude! My dude! Hell yeah! Woo! All right, on the draw, we got some Fatal Pushes, Momentum Breakers, and an Estrid's Invocation to kind of wear them down. If they're a creature deck, this is spectacular. If they're not, we are doomed. Can this take a... What else does it do? Creature or vehicle? Okay. Blood Fountain. I think we're doomed. It's good to say that we're doomed now. Definitely fair to say we're doomed here. Now, we can grind them somewhat. So this Refurbished Familiar, it'll drop a Fatal Push. Their CMC is about 200,000, so it doesn't help. All right, Spell Snare is interesting, but at the same time, this deck doesn't have 2 CMCs. It has 7 CMCs. All right, so keep wiping them out a little bit. Yep. Drop the other Fatal Push off. We're drawing a lot of dead cards, but luckily they, lean into Refurbished Familiar a little bit better. Emery. That's no bueno. That's no bueno. What are they getting back? Another Refurbished Familiar? Alright. So Emery we gotta fight against. We can theoretically grind against it eventually, but it's not helpful. All right. So the Spell Snare goes. Thought Monitor. God damn, dude. All right. Can't get that Emery. Wipe something out. Emery dead. Momentum Breaker. Okay. And Thoughtseize. Kappa Cannoneer. Kappa Cannoneer's not a problem because we can Momentum Breaker it. I mean, it won't be easy to get it in there, but hey, whatever. We'll do what we can. So land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Kappa Cannoneer does come down. So an additional removal spell would be pleasant, but we're not going to necessarily get that. Take action. Please sacrifice something. All right, Thoughtseize not so hot. Now, we have momentum breakers to gain us some life if we need to, which is specifically 1 life, but you know, whatever. Opponent needs to not draw hot here. Draws the Emery back. Yeah. Okay. Not hot, not hot. So they did that probably to get themselves some time here. So we need to draw something relevant here. Anything relevant. That's relevant. Hold on. Tithing Blade's not useful. Refurbished Familiar. Clear that graveyard completely. No more of that nonsense. No more graveyard recursion. And now Momentum Breakers should theoretically, you know, relatively keep up. But keep in mind, this is like 8 casts, so they could just go off at one of these moments. At any moment, they could just suddenly play their entire deck. So let's keep them kind of, you know, just keep the thumb on the scale right now. Tithing Blade. Fear of Ridicule into play. Now this helps us if we untap with it. It greatly helps us if we untap with it. Now, if they play a threat that needs to be edicted, okay, we have to edict Emery. So if they didn't draw something to edict, there's a chance that we just copy Fear of Ridicule and draw 2 cards off of them. All right, we got them in the lock. Lurker of the lock. All right, on the draw, we got Fatal Push and a couple momentum breakers, so whatever might come at us at breakneck speed is going to have a broken neck. Son of a... Of course! Of course it's blue-white! Hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold up. Pop that. Okay, we get nothing. Or they get nothing. Strategic Betrayal is interesting. I'm going to Momentum Breaker right now. So what are you actually playing? Let's see some value here. Gust of Wind. Oracle the Alpha. Yeah. All right. In this case, we are going to Estrid and get our engine on. Wipe that out. So now we have that every turn. Oracle the Alpha again. All right. Lots of power cards. All right, more Momentum Breaker. You see, they're at a point where it starts getting real rough. 2 cards, the decisions are getting painful for them. So there are 2 Tide Twisters in their deck, and I am greatly concerned. We're going to fire one of these off right now. I just want to... That's some high-value cards, or relatively high-value cards. Time Walk doing nothing is fine. Raven's Warning is fine. Hold on. Take action. That. Submit what? Push the bird. We knock out... What did we knock out? We are up against some greeds, my friends. All right. We are up against some greed. And we'll decline this for now. Stormchaser's Talent. Now that's a card we can copy. I'm going to grab Strategic Betrayal. We're going to keep that graveyard a little wiped clean here. Now, we don't know what card they're drawing here. It could be relevant. It could not. We'll see. Take action. Stormchaser's Talent. Strategic Betrayal. Again, like I said, I want to kind of keep that graveyard on the minimum right now. So we'll roll with this for now. Banishing Light. I assume this is clearing the Estrids. Yeah, it's clearing the Estrids. That's fine. So we've used this, but yeah. Let's set up Chapter 3 of Stormchaser's Talent then. So what was their card they put on top? I don't know what the card was they put on top. All right. We don't need to push the prowess really hard right now. We'll kind of chill out for a second here. Jubilant Skybonder is a card. All right, so I'm just gonna betrayal that. Make ourselves another otter. Hallcreeper in as well. Let's draw some cards off Hallcreeper and see if we can get some more items happening here. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's something. Now do they die next turn? I think they die next turn. I think we got him now. All these... Take this blue-white control! I think they were a little bit more leaning on the turns aspect of things, so they just had a little less interaction in the idea that they might, you know, not have to interact at all. All right, if you like, feel free to hit a follow. Anyways, for stats. So, you see 50% win rate? There's two versions, and this is going to be some context for you. Now, the version we were playing is 58% win rate, 7-5, and two of those games were Screw Flood. Kind of put that in your mental notes of how you want to play that. Now, this is a play queue deck. That's how I designed it. It's not designed around rank queue. This is where you consider it. Now, the things that improve the win rate, you can see right here. Those are the adjustments I made. So if you're going to add these cards, do it at your own peril. Decide how that plays for you. As it comes to enchantment creatures, it's a lot of side grade stuff. Nothing's really standing out. With that, I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to watch this video next on a deck that might just be right up your alley. And take care. Bye-bye.